Hey guys, and welcome to something a little bit different on the channel, something that I've been always wanting to do, but it's very difficult to do due to certain constraints. We're going to be playing a mega campaign, and when I say playing, more we're going to be observing. Now, a mega campaign is when you play from like Crusader Kings 2, then you go to Europa Universalis 4, then you go to Victoria 2, Hearts of Iron 4, and I guess now, maybe, because of Paradox Games, maybe you even go to Stellaris at the end. So we're going to be doing a mega campaign, but instead of playing it, we're going to observe it. Now, the reason I'm going to do this is because normally, when I play a game, you guys know I'm particularly slow when it comes to playing the game. I take a long time to do things, like to keep an eye on characters, and everything just takes a lot longer than maybe with other people possibly, or just in general with me. So even going from the beginning of Crusader Kings 2 to the end of Crusader Kings 2 would take an awfully long time. We would probably never be able to finish the series and do a mega campaign. It's something I've always wanted to do. So I thought instead of me playing that, how about we observe? And actually I comment on what's going on. We follow the different families, we follow different wars, the dynasties, the religions, and the history of the world. And we can enjoy it together, maybe. I thought that could be a fun way to do it. If you guys like this idea, please tell me in the comments below, obviously, and just watch, I guess is a way to put it. And if you guys watch more, I will make more. If people don't like it, then maybe it wasn't the right idea and you won't see it again. But I feel like this is the only way we'll ever actually get a mega campaign done. So it is something I've always wanted to try. So I thought we'll give this a test. I'm not really done things like this. Normally I play and comment. I don't normally just observe and comment. But we'll see how things go, and if you guys enjoy, which I hope you do, and I hope I enjoy it as well, hopefully this could be a lot of fun. So we're going to start in the earliest situation, 769. So this means there's a lot of different places here, a lot of really interesting religions that are still quite strong, like the Germanic, Slavic, even some MNUSCO faith, you know, all these different faiths are quite strong at this point in time. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see what happens and maybe what nations we get in EU4. And of course, these places have to develop. There's lots of tribal places. So when we go to EU4 and the next ones, etc., these places, you know, how wealthy they are is going to be important for those games. So it's going to be fun to see how CK2 affects each game as we go along and, you know, those to the next one. So looking forward to it. I'm hoping you guys are too. We'll begin. We'll keep things at, you know, a pretty good speed. Not going to go to the top speed just yet. We're going to keep it on 4, I think, for now. And what we'll do, looks like we don't get any messages there. What we'll do is we're going to go around the world and have a look at the different dynasties and stuff. And I'd love you guys to tell me in the comments, what do you think's going to happen? What type of thing do you want to see the Norses, you know, rise to power? Do you want to see the Slavic faith get reformed? Do you want to see India invade the Middle East? Not sure if that's likely to happen, but you never know. And if anyone does in particular rise to power, but they have a very generic name, you know, like of Oosterland, I might change it ourselves using console commands. So that could be kind of useful. So it's going to be fun to see what dynasties we get popping up as we go along. We can see up here, of course, there are the Pictish of Pictland. So we have King Syniod II, the cruel of Pictland. So we've got the Uber family. Like I say, I'm going to destroy pronunciations during this series because we're going to be jumping about through a lot of places. Right now, he's currently at war with Northumbria over Dunbar. So we've got Northumberland and Pictland fighting. Northumberland, though, is having a bit of a civil war right now. War for Northumbria. So yeah, this could be a dangerous time. They've got 800 men, and he's got 1,000 men, and the rebel has 1,400 men. Lodwall Dings. There's a different family trying to take the position of Northumbria. And actually, his father was the king of Northumbria. So you can see why maybe he wants to get it back. He feels he is the rightful king. But will he be able to do it? And then will he be able to unite England? Mercia is also having a bit of trouble down here as well. Increased council power. He's got a few, you know, tributaries down there. But they're not really going to help him out in this situation. Maybe we might see Wales rise up, the Ross family, the Guerfenian family. I'm going to destroy these names. Morgan, let's move away from these families. Maybe we'll see United Ireland. What do we have here? This guy has 2 at the moment. He's the one, I guess, who's furthest ahead. One of the big things there for this time period, there's going to be about Carl Carlin. What's he going to do? Is he going to get his brother killed? Are they going to fight each other? Are they going to keep things simple? But they have a holy war for Navarre against Andalusia. Now this could be good, obviously, because very early on, this could give Asturias a chance for survival if he can weaken Andalusia. They got 3,000 men versus his 4,000. What's Carloman doing? Carloman Carlin is currently dealing with a raid. Okay, they both got claims on each other. Be fun to see if one of them can actually maybe unite the lands, make the Holy Roman Empire. Interesting to see who makes the first actual new empire. We've got Lombardy down here, Holy Warfare down in Africa. So they're attacking down in Africa. So we could see the Lombardis, I was about to say Italians, but we could see the Lombardis moving down into Africa at some point. War over here in Africa right now. African Holy War for Algiers. So we've got Africa fighting Lemidia. So they're trying to take this, I guess. Who else are you fighting? Shia Khalis rising in Africa. Ah, okay. Interesting. So there's an uprising in Africa right now. Yeah, Pretender Shia. There we go. So we've got the Shia Caliphate rising up in Africa right now. Could they gain a foothold? They got 7,000 men. I think that's actually going to be a big problem for them. Yeah, 7,000 men around here. I think the Shia are about to rise up in Africa. Of course, we've got the mighty Arabian Empire at the moment as well, with many tributaries and many defensive pacts against them. There's a uprising against them, defending against the Holy War, attacking in one as well, and there's a Holy War with the Byzantine Empire and Armenia. But can the Byzantine Empire regain their glory days? Obviously, you know, Byzantine Empire is still pretty good at this point in time, but, you know, it used to be the Roman Empire, of course. It used to be even stronger than it is now. Can they push back and gain even more strength? We'll keep an eye on these families, like I said, and we'll keep an eye on the different lineages and whatnot. Hopefully, using, obviously, these, it could help quite a bit to be able to see different cultures and stuff. You know, we can see Italian is already appearing in Italy. The Lombardis are already being kind of pushed away. Governments, of course. And, of course, we have the dynasties. Carlin over here. Wait, where's Carloman? Carloman's already gone. So Carl is now the king of West Francia and Middle Francia. His brother died of a natural death. So Carloman just died in this one of a natural death. Nothing suspicious. Nothing happened. He was just sick. And he died. His brother's now taken over. Could we be seeing the beginnings of a new empire beginning in the middle of Europe? Will be fun to see. And obviously, if there's many kids, it could be fun to see Europe explode into different nations thanks to Gavelkind. And will anyone be able to stop the Carlins in the future? I hope so. It's always fun to see the Carlins get taken down a bit. Oh, the Grand Chief of Saxony. You better watch your back, sir. I think West Francia might come for you. He's still in his holy war, and now he's got 7,000 men, and he's definitely winning right now. He didn't get remarried, actually. Ah, he still hasn't got remarried. Asturias. They might be safe. If he takes Navarre, it's not lots of land, but it's a good little piece there to get in to Iberia. So we'll see West Francia going into Iberia. Up in the north, what is this? What mess is this? There's a revolt as well here for Pitland. So he lost Pitland apparently. Now he's trying to take it back. Who did you lose it to? No, Cinead. Oh no, Cinead. Okay, no, Cinead was the king, yes. And this guy's trying to take it away from him. And he has a large base of support there. I'm not sure they're going to be able to stop him. 1,000 men, 800 men. As he was trying to attack Northumbria for Dunbar. Not a good time, really. Not a good time, Picts, to be fighting amongst yourself, you know. You take on the Anglo-Saxon menace from the south. Ah, silly Picts. But let's have a quick look at the Vikings. The Vikings will be making quite a bit of expansion, I would suspect, at this point in time. We've got some good Vikings. Though, what happened to the sort of Sweden? What happened to them? Yeah, Afmunso, Sigurd Ring. He has been forced to bend the knee to the Denmark dynasty, who I cannot pronounce. Skidjodung. We'll call them that. So they've managed to take over. Now that's a religious place. This is a holy site as well. He needs one more holy site. And we could see the Germanic faith soon, not even that far away in the future, being united. That would be interesting. We've got a good guy down here, though. Ulfing. Not doing too bad. He's got his own little area there in the Viking lands. Who's this? He has 4 different titles just for himself. Nitlin. So you've got a few people up here rising up. We could see the time of the Vikings appearing, if it hasn't already. Sadly, when you're spectating, the only thing I don't like is that you don't seem to get any sort of notifications. That's one of the things I don't particularly like about it. I wish you could. And I wish you could make people like important characters. That would be really good. We got the Ilman here, Slovensky. They're doing a good job of expanding up here. Could see them form a Russia in the future. Bulgaria has expanded into here. Khan Telerig Dulo, the Dulo dynasty, doing very well. Serbia's not doing too bad. That looks pretty good. That's a good little Serbia right there. The Slavic, the tenacious. The tenacious indeed. Let's go further east. And we got the hordes, of course, Khazaria, Perm, Uyghurs. Looking pretty big there. Got the biggest name, maybe the biggest name in the world? Possibly. Yeah, I think they got the biggest name in the world, and we all know that's the most important thing when it comes to this game. Tibet, obviously having a Tibetan revolt right now. Who would revolt against the majesty of the Tibetan, is it Empire title? Yes, it is, the Empire of Tibet. Tsempo Pugul Trisong Detsen. That's how I'm going to pronounce that. But yes, war against this tyranny has been about. Look at all these sons! Oh my. Is this Gavelkind? It is Gavelkind. Huh. Okay. Luckily he has 1 kingdom though and 1 empire, so I don't think that's going to be a big deal for him. I don't think it's going to be a big problem. We could see some of these Indian factions rise up. That'd be kind of nice to see. Would love to see one of them make a massive empire. When we go to EU4, and I'm assuming what happens here goes into EU4. I would assume that happens. So if you get a massive empire here in India, there'll be one in EU4. So that'd be kind of interesting to see if one starts out particularly powerful. If they can get their lands, you know, to be in a good position. We should probably look at the economy and stuff. Let's go look at economy. We can see over here in India, there's some pretty good, decent economical lands around here. Same with the Middle East. Look at these. Lots of green down there. In Europe as well, Iberia's got some pretty decent lands down here. England doesn't look so great. And neither does Scandinavia, but that might change in the future. What else can we look at? Technology, by any chance? I can't see technology on there. Dynasties. Defense backed governments. Yeah, trade zones. Okay. We can look at the dynasty, though. I don't think that's going to be much use for us right now, but in the future that could be useful. If we want to try and see the differences. The Arabian Empire, we got down here in Africa. We got Abyssinia. King Oda Gosh. He's a Christian. He's a different type of Christian. You know, the African Christians down here have their own little Christianity. Similar to the ones up here. Of course, in Armenia. If they can rise up and retake Armenia, it'd be kind of nice. Who's in control right now? He's actually fighting against the Byzantine Empire. They're actually trying to take over Mesopotamia. But the Caliph is helping him. 2,000 men. The Byzantine has 9,000 men. But the Arabian Empire also has 9,000 men. So it's going to be an interesting fight between the two of them. Lombardi did take over down here. So Lombardi has stretched out into Africa these days. Africa itself is now controlled by that Shia Caliph. So we've now got a new Caliph. Hussein. Skigdid. Beautiful. Quick, you know, a young boy. But he's, everyone knows how attractive he is, apparently. He's over here, which could be dangerous being so close to the Arabian Empire, but you never know. West Francia did get Navarre. Maybe they could become friends with Asturias. Protect them from the evil Andalusian kingdom. Maybe. 2,000 men, they're not doing so great these days. He's got 900, so yeah, it's not great either. Nothing going on here, though. He has just raised his men, and there we go. There we go. West Frankian claim on Saxony. I told him, didn't I? I told the Grand Chief he should be wary of West Francia. Karl is going to create the Holy Roman Empire. I would love to see it. I don't think I ever see the AI actually do it. Northumbria is still at war. Can no one win this? So 48% in favor of the revolt. And, oh, okay, that one just moved. Northumbrian de jure war. Okay. Now, Pictland has gone to King August the Usurper, Sir Sin. So he's usurped the crown of the Picts. And in Ireland, pretty separate. The Irish have not so far looked like they're going to get put together. Someone needs to unite the Irish and bring them to power to face off against the rest of Britannia. We'll increase the speed, I think, now. I think we've had a good look around. We've got to look at the different families, the different factions, the different empires, kingdoms, and counts. We can see a nice little Pomerania here. Though I just noticed Saxony did take over here. Let's go look at the tribals over here. Let's get a better picture of what's going on. There's a few of them. There's quite, Kiev, Severia. We've got Coronia, Livonia. The Denmark, though, I think is kind of... Oh, did they just take... Is that... No, I think it's this one. Let me have a quick check. No, it's that one. So, the Duke, well, I guess he's a king. He calls himself a king. The petty kingdom of Denmark now has all 3 of the holy sites. All he needs to do is get the morale up. He needs to get the faith up, whatever you call it. And he needs to get the prestige and piety. And he could reform the faith already. And he's even gone over here. So Denmark looking into being in interesting shape. How's this going to go for them? He's got 2,700 men. About 4,000 men it looks like overall, though, because he's tribal. And Karl only has, like, 1,500. He lost a lot of men in battle, it looks like. Should decrease the speed so we can actually see the battles and stuff. But it's not looking good for Karl. Karl may have tried to take on more than he could chew. Is this the end? He's known as the Holy. He did get married to a lowborn girl, and she's given him 2 more sons. Which is not good because he's got Middle Francia and he created the kingdom of East Francia. So now all 3 of his kids are going to have a different kingdom of their own, which is good for us. We want to see more chaos, more separation. But it's bad maybe for his dynasty. In the end, King Osred Idrising did win. What happened? It wasn't him. Who was the guy who was rebelling? Was it that guy? I think it was this guy. I can't go back. He says a strong claim. What happened? Was it white peace? White peace. In the end, they decided that white peace was best to make sure they could defend Northumbria from exterior threats, I guess. So they actually managed to make peace. The Welsh are ununited right now as well. Though it looks like, what is this? Ah. So they're defending against the Pict. The Pict are fighting again. They're sending men in to take over land. They want to take this piece of land here. Okay. How many men do you have? 1,300 versus 700. So the Picts will have the advantage here. Can they take it over, though? Mercia still have his different kind of tributaries. West Francia. You're still going to war, though. You're still fighting the Saxony, even though likely it's not going to go well for them in the end. I can't see how they're going to win this in the end. 2,500 men. It's decent, but it's not enough. We can see here the Saxons just destroying any men they send against them. Look at that. The Saxons are just too strong. They're just too good. What about... Ooh, look at this. Look at Denmark spreading. Stjalen? How do you pronounce that? I want to know. Does anyone know how you pronounce the... Look at that. Now, that has to be a kingdom. When are you going to create the kingdom title? You have to create the kingdom title by now. You got, like, the whole of Denmark. You're already taken over most of Scandinavia. I could see them actually bringing the faith together. Reforming the faith would be amazing this early on. King Porwoth Skuding. I really apologize for my pronunciations. He's got 1 son, which obviously is good because it's Gavelkind. He's 22. There's a lot of time of more. He's just having another kid as well right now. He has the head of a great hero. The venerated head of a great hero. It once contained great wisdom. So this dynasty is doing very well. We should probably keep an eye on them as we go along. Does anyone else have any certain items? We should probably keep an eye on those. Golden bracelets. A bejeweled dagger. Carl, why do you have a bejeweled dagger? That doesn't give me fun ideas for you. Let's quick look at the people we've been looking at so far. No items for them. What about Andalusia? No items for him. Lombardy, what's going on over here? We see there's a few different wars. Holy War for Barcelona. So Lombardy's attacking Andalusia for Barcelona. That could be big. They've got support from Wessex and Bavaria. How many men do you have? 3,000 men versus their 5,000. And we can see there, they've already been taking lands right here. So it's not looking great for them right now. What else? Holy War for... Okay, they're trying to take that land back from Africa that the Lombardis took. So the Lombardis are in a big trouble right now. They're being attacked down here. They're being attacked... Well, they're attacking them over here. It's not looking great for them. What about the Byzantine Empire? Everyone seems to be at war right now. It's a peasant revolt. Okay, nothing too big. Nothing too big that I don't think you can handle. A nail of the true cross. Did these guys have something? Yes. The Iron Crown of Lombardy, of course. It's going to be fun to see where this ends up. We're going to be able to watch where this goes and stuff. And actually, that's one of the other things as well, because we're going to be following things. You know, things like this, you know, where they're obtained, who was the original owner. Other people are going to make their own crowns and such, and be able to see who was the original owner and how they got it. It's going to be kind of fun to be able to see that as the time goes along. Let's increase the speed once again. So, oh, what has happened over here in Francia? Wait, King Charles the Holy? Okay, so Karl has now become Charles, but he's still alive. So what happened to France? Who is this? King Frederick de Merovingi. So it looks like there must have been a rebellion or something, or there was a push to have him lose France. I guess by other Frankish for some reason. And this guy was the one they put in charge. He has a claim as well. So his father was the former king of France. That does make sense. Okay, so his father was the former king of France. So now France has become its own place. It's a very small place, though. Has to be said. We now have a little bit of France there. Bavaria's in a bit of disarray there. Pannonia? What's going on with Pannonia? Yunsuk. Okay, they've expanded over here. The Magyars are stuck up here right now. What that? Ungvar? Not great. And Coronia's doing pretty good. We got the Romuva religion up here. And we have Denmark. Look at that. That's only been a few... That's an AI in a few years. Doing a pretty good job. That's a pretty good job if you ask me. How's your religion? Is it reformed? No, pagan. I mean, it won't pop up for me. I say there's going to be no pop-ups and stuff. So we have to kind of keep an eye on what's going on to know really what's happening. We've got Iraq, actually. It's changed the name. Was it always Iraq? I'm pretty sure normally it's called Armenia. He's got Georgia and he's got Armenia. But for them, they're calling it Iraq, apparently. Okay, apparently they're calling it Iraq. Okay, interesting. I mean, isn't Iraq, like, down here? Just throwing that out there, possibly. At least that... Okay, these guys are also Iraq. So, let's have a quick look. Okay, he's a tributary to the Sultan of Iraq. But where's the Sultan? Is that the Arabian Empire? No. Who is the Sultan of Iraq? So did he just... He's the usurper. Okay, so his... Okay, so the former emperor, Sultan Al-Mahdi Abbasid, he is the ruler of Iraq. So that's why... Okay. I was going to say, that didn't make much sense to me. Samarkand, what's going on up here? What are they doing? Okay, so we've got the Sunni Muslims up here. Bayjanid family. They're taking over a good little piece of land up here. What's going on in India? India's looking a bit of a mess right now. Probably all come together at some point. Kosola's doing pretty good, though. Let's go have a quick look. The Uduya family. How's the... Oh, Tibet has fallen a little bit. We've got Rutong. So, Rutog, some Bon pagan faith have managed to regain their situation. They gain their independence from the evil Buddhist emperor, son of Mara. You have nothing in your treasury. That's a shame. That's a shame indeed. What is this? Who is this? Duke Feng Shiji. So someone from China seems to have come over and conquered some little piece of land for himself. You know, good for him. Good for him. But what's going on over here in this revolt? Another war against his tyranny. The Western Protectorate, the Chinese have kind of taken over this horde. They don't want that horde to keep, you know, being trouble for them, I guess. Iraq. We've got Abyssinia's the only kind of kingdom title down here that I can see, but they haven't really grown much. They haven't done much. Round here seems to be independent, from what we can tell. Holy War for Cyprus, yeah. So the area around here is independent from the Arabian Empire. Some other places seem to be independent as well. And Armenia is now on its own, it looks like. Yeah, he's no longer a tributary to Iraq, it would seem. So, looks like the Arabian Empire's losing a little bit of power right now. Maybe, oh, nope. What happened? The usurper was usurped by his own son, Caliph Mansur. I'm assuming probably people rose up against him and put him in charge. That's what it would look like to me. Andalusia, what are you doing? Andalusian Holy War for Navarre. Okay, so Andalusia's attacking Middle Francia. They've got, how many men? 5,000 men. Oh, the king died. Okay, so Europe has divided. So King Charles did in the end die of complications related to gout at 41 years old. Not that old, really. His first son, Pepin the Hunchback, was of course a bastard, and he was never legitimized, so he couldn't take any lands. But his two brothers did gain their own kingdoms. You've got the first son, King Hildebold, 11 years old. He got Middle Francia, so the main area. He's got not many men. Luckily, he has quite a bit of support to help him. Not sure. It's like 62% though for Andalusia is going to take back the lands they lost to Charles. And his brother, King Jourdain Carlin, he did get Burgundy and East Francia. So you kind of got this area around here. There is a revolt for him. For Pepin's claim on East Francia, so I'm assuming that would be Pepin the Hunchback. So some people are trying to put Pepin the Hunchback in charge. Is it just Burgundy or the whole thing? On East Francia. So we could see it split into a third one. And of course we have France here, who's been taken by someone else, Bogulfson. How did he get that? I guess it must have just been a war. Okay. There's some interesting things going on in Europe now. They're much weaker than they were before, which is a shame. I was hoping he could be a bit stronger for a bit longer. Maybe create an empire, get the Holy Roman Empire going, but it seems to be that's not what we're going to be getting. But look at that Denmark. That Denmark's looking pretty good. And this was not too bad. Yeah, this guy's not doing a bad job. He's got one eye. Sava family. Can't really complain about that. Livonia, Kiev. Everyone else seems to be doing what we've expected so far. There are still two Bavarias. Is that a current war at the moment? It doesn't look like there are just two Bavarias at this point in time. Though this guy's a Cathar. Oh. Well, and that has actually really taken on. So there's a Cathar religion here for Duke Gunzalin the Just of Bavaria. He's a Cathar, and apparently a lot of people around here are also getting converted to the Cathar religion. Other than that, I can't see many differences in religion. A bit of Catholic coming up here. Tengri's not doing too bad. Iconoclast. They've all changed to Iconoclast now, it looks like, which is what you kind of expect. Nestorians. A lot of Nestorian over here. Is there Shia appearing? Yep, Shia is taking a hold here in Africa. Yeah. Okay. But other than that, I don't think there's probably much difference over here. Zunists, Buddhists, Zoroastrians, kind of what you expect. The Bonds obviously have their own foothold as well, which I guess is kind of nice for them. And their own independent foothold there in Tibet. But no, I'm interested in Cathar one there. Glad to see that. This is why I like doing this. You never know what's going to happen with the AI. It's always completely different when you see what they do. Let's go back to England then. Northumberland seem to be fighting it still with Picts. Nope, no, they're not fighting actually at all more. It's all rebellions for seniority and for Northumbrian. So I guess it's this guy. Yeah, he's trying to. This guy's now trying to take Northumberland. In the Picts lands, what are you fighting for? Scottish de jure war over area Godel. So I'm guessing that is this. Yeah, so the Scottish want to take this. It makes sense. You know, when they get these lands from these guys, the king of Dalreta, Mac Grabrain. Well, he's a brawny guy. He's Irish, really. He's more Irish than Pictish, though, apparently. And no Irish person has united the lands. No one's taken over anything. The Irish are so peaceful. Look at them. They're all happy to be their own chiefs and, you know, counts and whatnot. They don't care about what goes on other places. Though, of course, they are still all tribal. No castles here right now. So it'll be fun to see how these places develop as well, like I said before. Picts actually did take over this as well. So that they did a good job there, but Northumbria does hold this piece of land just there. They want to get that as well. They took that back. Let's decrease the time, because things seem to be getting a bit hectic around the world. Look at that, Denmark. If they do not reform that religion, I'll be upset. Still pagan. That is a shame indeed. Middle Francia did lose Navarre in the end. This could be Andalusia's time. Holy War for Breeze. Really? Wait, are they attacking up here? So I think he's going up here. Possibly. Broic. I think that's what it is. So interestingly, he's decided to go up there. I'm not sure completely why. There's a ward to increase council power, but I think they'll be fine. Oh, I think that's just in that little area there. Yeah. Okay, Andalusia is trying to make a goal to take Brittany, apparently. East Francia is now here. We have King Pepin the Hunchback. He got his own little kingdom. Congratulations. Got his own little wife, Leon girl. There are no babies. No babies for him. He's only 20. I guess he's only 22. He's much younger than I expected, actually. He has nothing in his treasury. Did you get... Okay, you got the dagger. You got the bracelets. The other brother doesn't have anything. He's only got Burgundy now. This little area here. I feel sad for him. But it's fun seeing a bit more of a diverse, broken up Europe right now. How about Lombardy? It's gone to a young girl. That could be dangerous. Her father died of an infected wound and a natural death. She is the granddaughter of King Charles. The Holy, actually. Yeah, so that was his daughter's child. Okay. Maybe she's for great things then. She's 7 years old. She has time. She has time to maybe make this turnaround. Her heir, though, would be this princess. And her children are of a different Anglo-Saxon dynasty. Holy War for Alemannia. So I think they're attacking the Cathar ones at the moment in time. She still has the crown, which you need that. If you're going to be a legitimate ruler of Lombardy, you need that crown. Yeah, so East Francia is attacking them. They want to get rid of that Cathar religion. See, Pepin is the true heir to Charles the Holy. Charles was a holy man, and Pepin's continuing that by getting rid of these damn Cathars. Duh, them and their disgusting ways. They're crazy. Let's go back in. What do we have over here? Mosul. Let's have a quick look at this then. Persians, Sunnis. Decadent right now. They seem to be independent of the Arabian Empire. There's a couple of places over here. A few small places. The Khorasan seem to have got their own independence back as well. Sultan Abdullah the Evil. Taid family. Sunni as well. What are these guys? Ooh, Zoroastrians. So the Zoroastrians actually have their own little place. Not too bad either. It's a good size. So the Zoroastrians have their own place they can call home right now. In Africa, Abyssinia has taken over here. Back, ooh, Milwa. That's a nice little Milwa right here. Only the kingdom right now, but maybe they could make it into an empire in the future. Pratari family. This is not a bad one as well. We've got Bengal as well. Kosala. And yeah, there's probably the four main ones at the moment. Tibet, they're obviously still a threat to everyone. And the Western Protectorate up north. We can even look at the Emperor of China, the Tang Empire. So he's of the dynasty Li. So we've got Emperor Li Daizhong. What is he like? He likes wealth and he hates African culture, apparently. I don't know how many Africans he's met, but apparently he doesn't like them. He's got only one tributary, actually, and that's the Uyghur Horde. But peace deals with Lanka and Transylvania. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's get away from that. Go away. No, I don't want this. I'll just click on this then. Okay, perfect. But we can see India. We can see China whenever we want to. That's kind of fun to see what's going on over there. What's up here? They haven't changed. No, Christianity's not really getting into these eastern places yet. So we're not going to see these places develop until someone can reform one of the religions. And I'd be very surprised if Slavic has been reformed. I can't see anyone having done that. It's still pagan right now. King Soboslav, the betrayer of Pomerania. Not doing a bad job, actually. He's got a pretty nice little piece of land. Not good borders. You know, we like nice borders, but currently he's got pretty horrible borders. Livonia. Not doing too bad either. What happened to the Ilmen? Oh, no. Ilmen was destroyed. Redala. Ehannes the Strong. Well, he's a brawny man. Guess he kind of ate into them, so did Mary as well. They both kind of destroyed them, it looks like. Ah, the Ilmen. Oh, well. You normally see the Ilmen kind of do quite well, so it's good to see them actually disappear. It's nice to see something a little bit different. Pannonia is still the same as it was before. Still, okay, Usurper. Usurpers, why are there so many usurpers these days? East Francia, how you doing? So they're having a war with France. French Middle Frankian de jure war over Armans. So France is actually attacking Middle Francia. Middle Francia has gotten so weak these days, 3,000 men. They're being attacked by this smaller France. So France has less men. But they got Asturias on their side. So France and Asturias are allies today, as we can see here. What's the other war? Brunswickian conquest of Bruges. So Brunswick is attacking him. And look at this. Andalusia has taken this land. They've found their way into Brittany. Is this a sign of things to come? Will the Sunni religion creep into Europe? We'll have to wait and see. Well, into the main area of Europe, not just Iberia. That could be interesting. That could then force the Pope to make crusades, to get the holy orders and stuff. What's going on with Northumbria? Another war over Dunbar now. Pitland once again. 900. Okay, this guy now is the king of Northumbria, and King Units Circean. What's this? Waldensian Catholic heresy. This character practices the Waldensian religion. Really? It doesn't look like it's up here. Okay, it hasn't actually spread up here, but he seems to be secretly actually practicing Waldensian. Is there other people who do this? Is this common in these lands? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it to me. No, he's trying to hide it from his courtiers. He doesn't want the courtiers to find out. Mercia. What's this? Wexian war to make King Elgrif of Mercia pay tribute. Okay, he wants to get them paid tribute. He wants to take Essex, wants to take Bedford from Mercia. The young boy. Essex doesn't look too bad down here, actually. They've got 3 little provinces. Offin. Family. Let's see if there's any... Oh, looks like someone took over Gloucester. Who was this, then? Queen Eileen Morganwing. She's taken over that little piece of land. Yeah, it's stretching into sort of the English lands now, you know. Might upset the English a bit there. The Welsh coming in there. I think they lost a bit of land, though, here. I like to look at Pitland. Pitland, those looking pretty good. Have they made castles yet? No castles to be seen yet. We haven't even got to 800, though. So we've still got loads of time to go through before we even probably get to a point where maybe people start making castles. Ashina? What's this? So they've now been conquered by Kagan Ezra of Ashina. So it's kind of a horde right now. So he's kind of a, you know, a normal guy, you know, a feudal society that's underneath a horde. Not really what you probably want, but that's how things are. The Byzantine Empire, what? They just took over these lands. What happened down here? I never see that, actually, I don't think. But what's this? Byzantine Antbian Vassalization War. So the Byzantine Empire is attacking a count to expand their realm. Okay, the Byzantians being quite aggressive today. How's the Arabian Empire? Nothing really going on over here, from what I can tell. Tibet, always looking like Tibet. India looking like India. Maybe the speed is going a faster speed, but it doesn't feel like much is really changing. Though Bulgaria's creeped up to here. Where is your liege lord? Where is he actually? Okay, he's all the way up here. So they actually control that area. Well, it would be called Pannonia before. Okay. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how long it'll be there. Saxony has expanded a lot. Look at... This family is getting much stronger. They've got lands everywhere now. This could be bad, you know, because they weren't defeated, obviously, by King Charles. And with them now getting a bit more powerful, it might mean none of them can take them down. How's Bavaria? Holy War for Tyrol. He is attacking now Bavaria itself. Because the current king is pretty weak. Can he do it? 70% in favor of the king of Bavaria. Okay, looks like he probably won't be able to do it. Middle Francia on Burgundy. So East Francia is attacking Middle Francia. But so it looks like he inherited it from his brother. So King Hildebald the Tormentor, who owned Burgundy. Well, actually, no, he owned... Oh, so Burgundy inherited Middle Francia. Okay, so he had Middle Francia. He died in battle against Gunfar, a Frankish man. Underneath Middle... Okay, in Middle Francia. Okay. And so this one inherited King Jourdain. He's married to an Anglo-Saxon. Kill Pepin the Hunchback. Ooh. If he were to die, it would pass on to a different family. So the Carlins are doing quite bad. They're fighting amongst themselves right now. It's really only him and Pepin. But Pepin's not legitimized. So if Pepin dies, he will inherit it all back. So they'll be quite happy with that probably. Danish conquest of Bruges. And a peasant revolt. Okay. 700 men for Pepin. And how many men for Middle Francia? Middle Francia has 2,000 men. It's not looking that good, really, is it then, for Pepin? Poor Pepin. Pepin, he just wanted, wanted to get his father's inheritance. He felt he was the true son, the firstborn son. He may have a hunchback and, is a bastard, but he's not all that bad. And look at this. Andalusia has actually taken over the whole of Brittany, while Middle Francia is not watching. Asturias is still fine. They're okay. They've not actually been attacked. But, what's going on in Andalusia? War to oust the Sultan. Why would they want to oust the Sultan? He's a holy man. He's done good things. He's 69. I mean, there's so many reasons to keep him as the king. Why are they trying to oust him? Obviously some politics going on down there. Tangiers. Africa. So he's still got a bit of land, that Shia king. Got Ghana, Mali. No kingdom titles just yet, though, here in West Africa. Yeah, Lombardy and the Byzantine Empire kind of crept into Africa. Not sure how that's going to affect things in the future. But it's good to have the AI, because the AI likes to rise and fall a lot. So it doesn't mean, this is how it looks right now, but like in 50 years' time and 100 years' time, and if you just think 300 years' time, this would look completely different, most likely. Look completely different. It's going to be fun to see how those things turn out. But I think we're going to end this part here. Look at that lovely Denmark. Wow. Head of the great hero. Going to keep an eye on that one, of course. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, this is just a new idea, a new concept that I had that I thought might be fun to do. So we can actually go through all the games and have a grand campaign without me being overpowered and just beating up the AI. We can actually see a proper world, a dynamic world, kind of change and reform, and what dynasties rise and fall, and what stories we can tell from this history. If you guys like the idea, please tell me in the comment section so I know you guys want more. Like, of course, and if you're new to the channel, of course, hopefully subscribe, and you'll see a lot more of this if you guys want it. If you guys don't want it, just don't watch it, and then I'll know, and I'll know that this is not something you want to see more of. But I would really love for you guys to want to see more, because I would love to kind of finish this experiment. Think of it as an experiment. Okay, guys? But I've been NG Paradox, you've been you, he's been him, and that Skull has been a great hero. But I'll see you next time. Good night.